Hello, everybody. We're so glad that you're joining us for our Real Estate State of the Union. So we're just it is January 2021, and real estate, what I say about real estate, it's always changing. And right now in our market, it is a crazy market. We're in a seller's market. So our State of the Union, first thing I want you to look at the graph behind me and what it shows us. I've been doing this for 17 years, and this is the lowest housing inventory that we have ever had. So as you can see, it's going down, 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 down. Over here you see this line is 4,000 homes on the market. And we now, because when I open up the multiple listing service, it pops up how many homes that we have for sale in all of Northeast Florida, which is Duval, Clay, and St. Johns County, and a couple of other counties. We are under 3,000 homes for sale. So that is right at 1 month of inventory. 1 month of inventory. So the reason I'm telling you this is because you know what? People are still needing to buy a home and sell a home. And so we want to find out, well, how do I do that? Because what happens if I sell my house so quick? Where am I going to go to? So we do work with homeowners in the past where, they're like, yes, Wendy, I want to move out to the beach. And I live, in Julington Creek or in Orange Park. And so then there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, and we make that happen. I have some great news. We have a new program that I became certified in that is a great tool for the toolbox, and it's called the Knock Home Swap. And so it's a way that you can buy a home before you sell your home, so you can be assured that you have a place to go to. So, that's huge. Because a lot of people are like, and I will say, because my husband is a mental health therapist, and so my background also is kind of in that area. Selling a house and buying a house is stressful. It's one of the top stressors that you're going to have in your life. So how do we help you have less stress? And the one way we do that is through this program, the Knock Home Swap program. So what we do is you and I get together, and we get your home qualified and get you qualified. Because what it is you borrow your equity out of your current home, and you're going to use that to buy a home. And this is a technology mortgage company where they have these great algorithms to qualify your home, to make sure you have the equity that when you sell your home. And they actually will get you pre-approved. Of course, you got to put in all your qualifications. But the great thing is that this program does not count your current home debt. So you'll be qualifying on your purchase just on that debt that's going to be. And so then, once you get qualified for that, and that pre-approval is good for 90 days, and then they're going to say, okay, we will loan you at 0% interest your equity on your current house. So then you can go buy the house that you want to buy. And then you might be telling me, well, Wendy, if we go ahead and buy our house before we sell our house, we're going to have 2 mortgages. And so what's so great about this is they will loan you the money for up to 6 months of your current mortgage payment. So then you can have 6 months to get your house sold. And you might be saying, well, Wendy, I'd love to sell my house and buy a bigger house, but I need to do some work around the house because we don't all fix our house up to sell it all the time. So you might need a roof, you might need HVAC, you might have some rotten wood that you need to take care of. So, because what I do is when we qualify your home is I'm going to take a lot of pictures of your house and then do a property report. And because I've got the experience of knowing what buyers are looking for and how things sell, I can tell you, oh yeah, you're going to have to replace that rotten wood, We don't want any peeling paint because remember, to get you the most money for your home is we want to be able to market your home to as many buyers as possible, and that's of course cash buyers, but we also want to market to buyers that are using a mortgage, and they may be using a VA or an FHA mortgage, and those require certain standards of quality of the house. So like no peeling paint, no rotten wood, that kind of stuff. So we're going to get your house through knock, saying that yes, you will get your payments calculated into your new payment, and then remember the pre-approval is good for 90 days, and then you're going to start looking for a home, and you might then find a home within 30 days. Then you go ahead and close, move into your home, and then fix up your existing home, and then we get it on the market and get it sold. And the way that NOC is able to, the Home Swap program, is able to just count your debt on your new home is they're going to give you a guaranteed sale of your current home. Now, you're not going to want to accept that because it's probably going to be 80% of what the full market value would be. But because there is a guaranteed sale, they are able to give you a pre-approval without the home sale contingency. That is huge right now because we are seeing multiple offers on properties. And so when you're competing against 10 other buyers to make an offer on a house, the seller is usually not inclined to accept an offer when you have to sell your house. Just like if you put your house on the market and you had, 5 or 10 choices of buyers, you're going to choose ones that don't have to sell their house. So what that does is that gives you better negotiating power on your purchase. And it also gives you the certainty that I got my house sold. Because when you make your house into a product where more buyers will want it, you have the higher likelihood of getting market value for your property. And so you might say, well, Wendy, that sounds all really cool, but I'm sure it's going to cost, there's all these kind of fees and that kind of stuff, because you got to be careful and look at the bottom line. So their interest rate on your purchase is very competitive with other mortgage companies. What they do charge is a 1.25 processing fee. And so most of the time mortgage companies will charge you an origination fee. When you get a mortgage, they don't charge origination fee. They do charge the 1.25 processing fee. So that's really the cost to get the certainty, get the power of being able to buy a home and knowing that you don't have the home sale contingency. So it gives you power and certainty. And so I know I just threw out a lot of information about that. And so just to wrap that up, in essence, you can buy a home before you sell your home. And so if you're at all interested, you reach out to me and we can sit down and I can go over the program. We can go over kind of what you're looking for or the houses out there, what you could get for your house, so you have all the information. Because remember what I always say, information is power, and so I want to make sure that you have the information to make the best decision for your family.
So it sounds like it's a 2021 take on avoiding staying in a hotel after your home sells quicker than you think it will.
Yes, because we're getting things under contract right away, and then you're like, where am I going to go? Mm-hmm. And you're either going to have to stay in a short-term rental Airbnb,
or settle for the home you don't actually want,
or settle for a home that you're not happy with. Awesome. Okay, so what I'd love to do is I'd love to talk to you about what's going on in the market, and because this really comes down to condition and getting the most the market will allow. So we helped an investor market a home, and so this one right here and this one right here were the kind of the before. So we put it on the market, and to see, you know, what we could get. Because you think, oh my gosh, you know, there's not many homes on the market. I can sell anything in any condition. Well, buyers, if the house is in condition that still needs a lot of work, then buyers are going to offer you less. And then you may even have buyers who if the house is not able to get a mortgage on it, then that's even less money that you're going to get. So we got a couple offers, yet they were really low. And so the investor said, okay, you know what? I'm going to take it off the market and I'm going to do some renovations. Not too costly, but still, you know, getting it done. And so that's what this is. It was, you know, a new roof, some siding work, and then this is the difference right here, which of course the seller did right before closing install the fridge and the stove. And so, but you know, you can see. And so we got it under contract right away for right at full asking price. And because they, of course, increased the price, and it was a win-win. So I say that you're gonna pay. You're either gonna pay, I call it like pain and suffering, because getting work done on your house sometimes can be a little painful. Especially if you're living there. So somebody's gonna pay and somebody's gonna make the equity. So that's what the home swap program is so good for, is that you're able to be out of the house, the work can be done so you don't have to live through it, and then you are fixing it up then to appeal to as many buyers as possible. So this is more pictures you can see of the back, and this was a before and then the after. So it makes a huge difference. Okay, so new construction. One thing that's happening in new construction, we are seeing a lot of building, and which is great. We need to see a lot of building because during the recession that happened many years ago, the builders just kind of stopped building, and it's taken them a while to ramp back up, and we need those new homes. But what happened during COVID is a lot of manufacturers shut down. They might have shut down for just a couple weeks, a month and a half, and we still throughout the country are still having some shutdowns. So that is affecting our chain of supply. And so we are actually seeing where we have buyers under contract with new construction, and then they may have said, oh, you know, you're going to close in May of 2021. Well, now we're finding out, oh, we're not going to close till the end of June because we're having trouble getting the windows in. And so that's just something that we have to be aware of, that you have to be aware of for when you're possibly going to move out of your home or your rental into the new construction home. We also had one that was delayed for about a month because of appliances. The builder couldn't get the appliances in, like the stove, because you have to have a stove, especially when you're getting a mortgage. So that delayed closings a little bit. And I just want to bring up too, we love helping people who are buying new construction. We represent you, not the builder. And so we're going to make sure that we stay on top of things, keep you up to date, as well as when you're making the offer. Because right now, the builders are encountering the same thing that we are in resales, that their supply is low, lots of buyers want it, so they're being a little more tough in their negotiations. But it's really important for you to have someone on your side to negotiate the best deal that you could get right now. So if you're thinking, oh wow, I really want new construction, contact us first. We can show you anything that's for sale, new construction. And the good news is we can actually help you save time, because really time is what's so valuable. We only all have just 24 hours. And so if you tell us, we'll do a buyer consultation, find out what you're looking for, and then we can do the research of finding what builders, what do they have available, what lots do they have available, what specs do they have available that fit what you're looking for. So rather than you driving around and going in there like, nope, we don't have anything, and you drive around again, nope, we don't have anything. So then we help you save time. Okay, so I'd like to, this is a case study where stories are always so great, so you can hear how we help people when they want to sell their home and then move into another home. If they choose not to use a home swap, we didn't have the home swap. This is like brand new, like within the last month. So this customer, she was like, I want to move out to the beach. But she needed to sell her home before she moved. So we got her home on the market and we were marketing it. We did not have it under contract yet. And so she was looking for homes. We'd go out and show her homes, and she found a couple that she liked. So we made offers. The problem is that the sellers were not willing to accept her offer because she needed to sell her house, and we were not under contract yet. So she lost out on the opportunity to go under contract on a new home. And so we were like, okay, you know what? We need to wait until at least we get your house under contract, and then go find you a home and make it contingent upon the sale of this home, but we're under contract. So then that gives peace of mind to the seller that you're going to be able to buy the house. So that's what we did. She had to wait a week or so, and then once she got under contract, we were able to go find her home, get her under contract. We closed in the morning on her sale, and then we closed in the afternoon on her purchase. And it was stressful, yet we got it done, and she was tired because she had packed and worked really hard to get out of her home, because on the day of closing on her house, she had to be totally out of her house. Her stuff was in a truck, and then she went that afternoon, signed the paperwork to buy her house, and then she was able to go unload in her new house. So it can be done. And another type of seller that we love to help is someone who has lived in their home for a really long time, and now it's time for them to move on to the next phase. That might be assisted living, or it might be a nursing home, and they need to ensure that they're getting the most the market will allow for their home, because they're going to be using that as their nest egg to live, in assisted living. And so we were able to help this family, and usually we are dealing with the children of the person who's moving into assisted living or a nursing home, and because we want to make sure that the home is in the best possible condition it can be in to get the most the money will allow. And so then we work with the family members or the member. So we have the person who's going to be moving to assisted living. We have helped other homeowners, and if I needed something signed and she was like, Wendy, I just can't do it on my computer, I went to the assisted living facility and sat outside the rocking chair, and then she came outside and signed. And so we do that, as well as if there's a power of attorney, one of the children can take care of the paperwork. So we are used to getting that task completed. And my background, of course, I've talked about it before, but when I worked for the Attorney General, I did investigate elder abuse. And so I would go into nursing homes and investigate that type of thing. So I kind of have it in my heart to help those that are going to be going into those facilities to ensure that we're able to get them the money that they've built up in their home to help them with continuing on to their next season of life. So those are just some great stories and I could stand here forever and tell you more about them. But I just want to stress again, this was a picture when we did our pie event in Thanksgiving, and we love doing events. So we do bridal events, we do pie events where we gave away pies to our customers for Thanksgiving. And really, when you're thinking about, okay, the space that I have right now, it's either too small or too large, I need some help. We would love to be your real estate consultant to help you determine what your goal is, because not everybody's goal is the same. Some people's goal is, you know what, I'm tired of this home, I don't want to do any of the work, I want to get out and I want to move on. But we have a question. Yes.
So if someone was very interested in a certain neighborhood but there are no listings there, how can your team help?
Yes. So what we do, because we actually do have buyers who's like, okay, Wendy and team, we want to be in this neighborhood, Waterford Estates, just in Mandarin. And so then, since we have a team, we're able to harness the power of a team by, we have tools where we can call everybody in that neighborhood. And we just say, hey, we have a buyer that's very interested in living in your neighborhood. Have you thought about selling? So we're actually proactively prospecting for homes for our buyers. So it's a way to go above and beyond. And I will tell you, in this market, and really in any real estate market, you have to figure out what you have to do that's a little extra and go that extra mile to help your customers. So we do that as well. And then we're also, of course, when we're talking to people, if we encounter like a renter, we'll say, hey, have you thought about buying? And then we find out what they're looking for, and then we help them find a house. So it's really just about having conversations with people, finding what your goal is, and helping you reach your real estate goals. Because that's what, when I talk to people, I always like to say, what are your real estate goals? And hear what they are. They may be, I want to get out of my house, I don't want to do any repairs, I want to move on. We can help you with that. It could be, I need to make the most I can make on this house because I need a big down payment for my next house. We can help you with that. Because remember, I'm a certified stager. The team has the experience. We are out in the homes. We are seeing and listening to what our buyers are saying about houses, and then we can understand the buyer's expectations. So we can let you know what, you will appeal to more buyers if you change out that countertop in your kitchen, or if you just change out the vanity in your bathroom. And so one thing that I'm doing my best to be kind of mindful of is that's why it's important when I ask somebody, what is your goal? Because I don't want you to be, I don't want to tell you all these things that you can do to your house if you're like, I just want out. So that's why I don't want to burden you with that information. So that's why I feel like it's my responsibility to ask you what you want, and then we can provide the information just like a consultant. That's really what we are. We're consulting you to give you our knowledge so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. Another question?
What was the biggest hurdle from 2020, and what did you learn?
So I would say it really exposed that as realtors, and it's like most business owners, we have to pay attention to the fundamentals and listen to our customer base, and then meet those needs where they are. And to realize that we can switch up, like what I'm doing right now. We're on social media. We are doing a seller seminar. We're used to, we would do that in person. And so there are some things that we're like, oh wow, that's a pretty cool idea. Let's keep doing it. Or, having the supplies at our listings with gloves and shoe covers and masks and hand sanitizer, so that we can still facilitate, buying and selling homes, but how do we do it safely? And then I think one of my big takeaways that I've really loved is there were times when, we couldn't go out and show property, and we still worked. We were on the phone. We were reaching out to people. And I love making those connections and hearing how people are doing, and letting them know, because sometimes, it's just really all about, hey, I was thinking about you today, and I want you to know that somebody was thinking about you. And because this is a very stressful time, and we want to make sure that it's a sweet time instead of a stressful time when you're buying and selling a home. And I just want you to know, Here, Wendy and our team here at Hughes Group Jacks, we have the tools to help you reach your real estate goals. And really all it takes is a conversation. You can message us on all the platforms, and we can do a virtual consultation. We can do a telephone consultation. We can do an in-person consultation. So reach out to us. Let us know how we can help you reach your goals. And I hope y'all have an awesome evening.